and welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is Rhonda Wheeler. On this channel, we discuss the powers of the F and not the P. That is private, that is protected, and that is personal. So on this channel, you'll only receive positivity information of how you can lead with your femininity and not the P. All right, dear future single, or if you are single, recently divorced with children, this channel and this space is for you. I want to move my book into the picture. Probably won't be able to move it in too much, but I'll bring it up so you can see it. This is my book called Eat, Sex, Date, and it's the reason that I wrote the book. And if you haven't purchased the book, it is in my bio. It is available on Audible. It is available on Amazon. It is available. It is available. It's available. So get you a copy, okay? And the link is available in my bio. And just a little bit about information about me and why you should get my book. I've been single for 12 years. Imagine that. I've been married, divorced, and I am single. So I'm with you. And this message is for women who are in their singleness and sitting in their singleness, letting you know that you have a supporter. I know a little about being single, and I'm here to give you relationship and dating advice when you want to step out of your singleness and start dating again. Dating is going to be a part of our lives. You can't get away from it. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But at least you have the right tips to help you maneuver through this life that we call dating, and then that you can receive good information about it, good tips, and you can continue to use this information throughout your dating. But hopefully you don't have to remain single like me for 12 years. And it's a reason that I did it. I had children that I had to raise, and I wanted to make sure that they were good, right? And I wanted to make sure that I was good. I wanted to make sure that I was doing the right thing. It's difficult when you have children, bringing a man around your children. And I want to get into that. Lord, are all men dogs? So I will be getting to that. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself and why I chose to be single for 12 years. And that was one of the reasons. And I wanted to work on myself because when I was married, I didn't work. I didn't have an education. So I educated myself and found the direction that I wanted to go in. That was for me. And I was no longer following his footsteps and his path. I had a life and I enjoy my life. So I want you to be able to enjoy your life as well. This lighting, it's not the best there, but all right. Oh boy, this lighting. Okay, so I want you to be able to learn from me, and I want you to be able to grow from me and know that I am here to support you. And if you have any questions, you're always welcome to drop me a line in the bio. My email address is listed there. And if you don't believe that I'm a real person, you can look up me on my IG page. I am Rhonda Wheeler. There you'll see that I'm an author. You'll see that I am an event planner and I am a chef. So let's just jump into it. Lord, are all men dogs? Well, that all depends on who you're dating. And in the Bible, it says, a man speaketh, so is he. So what is the man that you're dating speaking to you? Is he speaking great and positive, encouraging things? You know, is he speaking things to be like, ooh, all men are dogs? And then that's your answer. But let's just jump into it. Some of the things that you can look out for, you know, to see if all men are dogs. So throughout my dating history, after I got a divorce, I came across some dogs. And I came across some good men too. So this is some information and some advice that helped me along the way. It's all about the questions. Seriously, it's all about the questions. And if you're not able and you don't feel secure enough to ask a man that you may be interested in or is interested in you some questions, then that's not the man for you. Okay? Just move on. You know, if you bring up some questions of how he makes you feel, or, you know, it's that cloud that's constantly over your head and you're not certain about how this person feels about you yet, then likely chance, I'm not saying that he's a dog, he's just not into you, okay? So all men aren't dogs, they just not into you. And that doesn't make them a dog. It's okay. You can recover from it. What you can't recover from is continue to spend time with that man and he keeps showing you who he is over and over and over and over. Okay? So tips to where you can avoid getting into that trap when a man continues to move the goalpost, knowing that it's an imaginary goalpost. You're never going to get to it because he has said it. It doesn't exist anywhere except in his head, okay? So number one, are all men dogs? No, they're not. All men aren't dogs. But women, you can avoid getting into horrible situations just by what? You know me, I'm always about the questions. Just ask them a couple questions. That's all. Just ask them a couple questions. And you know, my questions are, you know, if you're a spiritual person, I honestly believe that you shouldn't be mixing with someone who is not. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to be able to come to some type of resolution. And how do you find that resolution? In my household, it was always resorting back to, you know, God's word. If I couldn't find a solution, I couldn't find an answer to what's going on, I would resort back to God's word at the end of the night. And he would guide and he would direct me. And this is just not about relationships either. You know, God is not going to rescue and run to fix your relationship. So let's talk about that too. But let's just sit individually. At the end of the day, you should have something that you hold on to, regardless if you're just meditating. It's your, you know, your frequency, however you receive some type of peace. However you're receiving that peace, your partner should be able to respect that this is where you are right now. This is where you want to remain. Setting healthy boundaries. And if your partner continues to interrupt that pattern of how you receive your peace, that person is not going to be good for you. Not to say that he's a dog. He's just not that person for you. He can't be that person for you because he's interrupting your peace. Okay? So just make sure that you hold to your spiritual connection, however you receive peace, if it's through meditation, exercise, however, no one is to interrupt that peace. Okay? So keep the peace. Number two, are all men dogs? I just keep running into dogs. No, all men aren't dogs. So another question, if you find your partner is not listening to you, you know, meaning that you have spoke to him about, hey, this is what I need. These are my needs in order for us to be able to be in a healthy relationship. I need for you to be able to do this. And sometimes someone needs someone to provide financially. They need for that person to be their sounding board. They need for that person to be able to be, you know, maybe to fulfill a need, right? Whatever that need is. I don't want to get into details because I don't want you to feel like, well, that's not what my partner is doing, but he's resembling dogmatic ways. No, I don't. That's not what I want, right? I want, it's a need, and however your partner needs for you to fill that need, and you're there fulfilling it. But when you ask, this is how I need for you to show up for me, and constantly over and over and over, that person is showing you that they don't have the ability. They're not capable of showing up for you in a way that's healthy, in a way that provides awareness of maybe some trauma you have experienced. For example, trauma. If you've had a bad relationship with growing up, you were teased, and you shared with your partner, hey, someone teased me, because of my size, I'm only 5'9", and, throughout high school, girls and guys would tease me. And your partner constantly, comparing you to people who are 5'2" and 5'4", and, making them appear more attractive than you. That person is not going to be able to show up for you. Can't satisfy your needs. You need for that person to be supportive and love you, love the skin that you're in, love the person that he spoke to from day one. And if that continues to shift and change, and he's trying to create you to be someone that, hey, when I met you, I was 4'9". I just can't grow. That's impossible for me to grow to be taller. I thought that you were comfortable with my height. I need for you to be there and be comfortable. I need to know that I am enough. And if your partner continued to resemble that you're not enough, I'm sorry, but that person may be a dog. Because he's not going to be able to be comfortable about what he sees. And ladies, that's important. Our bodies, our minds, our hair, our skin complexion, that is who we are. That's the makeup of women outside of, our personality, outside our skills. Our image is who we are. And if you're attracting a man that needs for you to look different, you go tell him to go get that woman that he is trying to construct and mold you to be. You may be dating a dog, because he's going to constantly measure you up and compare you to that woman that he knows that he can't have because she's out of his league. But he wants you to be her until he finds the one that he really wants. So he just found a place to sit for a while. But I'm giving you immediate, I need for you to hear this. You don't have to sit with it. You can get out. Here are some signs that I'm giving you. When a man starts speaking how he needs for you to look, when he's interrupting your peace, these are signs. Okay? You can get out. You don't have to stay. It's danger, danger, danger. So a man disrupts your peace. He's not happy how you look. He's constantly comparing you to what other women that he can't get himself. And number 3, this one is very important. Finances. Yeah. When a man needs a woman to contribute to his dreams and his passion, and he is relying on you instead of relying on the skills that he has to get it done, be careful of that. He may be a dog. Because it is said that when a man comes into a fortune, he leaves that woman that he's with and go get another one. So ladies, if you are contributing and you are working hard, you're dipping into your savings to provide for that man's dream, be careful. Because the chances are, as soon as he get up and get moving and get on his feet, he's going to leave you. And he's just going to say, well, I thought you gave me the money because you wanted to see me succeed. So he's going to flip it And you're going to think that once he gets the money settled, he's going to be with you. Ladies, don't fall for that. And if you are in that, get out of that. Don't mix the money. He needs to fulfill his dream on his own. You can be supportive in other ways, but financially, remove yourself from that. That's going to be a disaster. It may play off for a minute, and that's all it will be, is for a minute. But as soon as he get the women, the wealth, the cars, the houses, things that he wasn't able to get because he didn't have those dollar signs behind his name, he's going to leave you. All right, number 4, children. If you are dating a man that has children and he keeps talking about these children that you never see, ladies, let's just do this. Know that every man has a child, okay? Even if he don't have one. You should treat the relationship as if he has a child. Okay? He has a child. Even if she's an adult child or she is a small child. Men today have children because women have children. So if you find a man that is not into his children, that man's a dog. He can tell you, oh, she won't let me see the kids. That's a lie. Find out. Why didn't she let you see the kids? You want to know. Why don't you have a relationship with your children? Why don't you have a relationship with your children? And I'm already answered for you. He is going to blame the woman to why he doesn't have a relationship with his children, instead of taking responsibility. You never want to get in a relationship with a man who don't have a relationship with his children. That will always be a disaster. If he doesn't have a relationship with his children, and not saying that he can't have a relationship with you, that's not where I'm going with it. But if he doesn't have a relationship with his children, you're going to lose him the same way he got you. Because if he doesn't have a relationship with his children that he had before he met you, and say you have children already before him, how is that going to look? Study shows that men date women who have children. They're not the best outcomes. Kids have said that they have been treated horribly by their mother's partner. So you need to know about the relationship this man has with his children. Because you have to have your children around him. Because other than that, you're dating as if you're single with no children. And that's a false narrative. In relationships and out here getting to date men, we need to know who you are, what your life is like. What are they getting themselves into? And that's the part where we have to learn how to be vulnerable, but smart. So are all men dogs? No. All men aren't dogs. Women, I just want you to be able to know that if you make more than a man, your likely chances is going to be hard finding a man that makes the same amount of money as you do. So you will experience men who may resemble some behavior issues behind you making more money than them. They're good for the ride. They're like, oh, girl, go make that money. You a boss girl. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take care of the kids. No man wants that. He's going to fight you every time about you making more money than him. That's when he starts to ask you for some money so that he can start his business. And you already heard what I said about starting that business and giving him money. He's going to interrupt your peace behind that money that you make more than him. And if you have children already before him, he's going to make your life miserable. Sorry, that's my puppy barking. He's going to make your life miserable because he's never going to accept your child. I just want you to be aware of how men think and know that they're not all dogs. They just are good at sizing women up. And we are bad at not following up. We want so bad to find the right partner that he ends up being the wrong partner, because we forget about everything that we learned when we think that he's the right person for us. So I'm here to help you sort through all the mumble jumble, voodoo and hoodoo that men throw at you, so that you're not out here fumbling when it's time to date. And you're not out here not knowing what next to say. To know that you are in control of your destiny, you're in control of your life, and that you can have a focus-filled, healthy, wealthy life around you if you have the right answers. Take it from me. Single for 12 years, but I'm not going to be that way for long. I'm just sitting here in my singleness because I know what I want the image to look like. Has he come along? I don't know. I just know that I'm still single and it's okay, right? And I'm not going to take those necessary steps until it's right. And I will know when it's right. No man can tell you when it's right. You have to know when it's right. And how you know it's right is you start to ask those questions and you stand in your truth and you set healthy boundaries so that you can be better in the next relationship, because you're not going to be single forever. All right, well, I hope this information was good. Don't forget to click to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And thank you for coming back, and enjoy. Bye until next time.